Hello, guys. It's your girl, Steph Perez. Welcome to today's live stream. Hello. We are getting ready to kick things off. So today is Saturday. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's Super Saturday. I know it's a holiday weekend. However, for me, more often than not, it's business as usual. So hopefully you guys can take a lot away from today's live stream. I'm really excited about the content. We're going to piggyback a little bit off of what we talked about yesterday when we closed things out, if you were live with me. But it's going to be very specific, and it's going to be it's practical around how to use the internet to make thousands of dollars weekly online. All right. Now I want to start off by actually sharing this. All right. To kind of help you understand why what I'm going to share today is so important. Why, more often than not, people miss it. But if you can get this, then you can write your own check. You literally can decide to write your own ticket. It's so funny because so often, right, I'll have people that will reach out and say, well, I don't want to do videos, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. And I'm to the point in my business now where I just don't entertain those discussions, because I think anyone that is grown and mature should know there are so many ways that you can skin a cat. There are so many ways that you can decide to create success for yourself online, that just because I have found my something through videos on YouTube, it doesn't mean that it's going to be that same something for everybody. Hold on 1 second. That's weird. Let me plug that off. That's weird. I never get WhatsApp. Yeah, turn my ringer off. Right? It doesn't mean that has to be the way that you do your thing either. It just so happened that when I first got started, I found people online that were doing videos on YouTube, and I saw that as something that just made a lot of sense for me. It's how I got started, and it's how I branded myself, and I began to build my business for other people. There was other platforms that they leverage. And so I think by breaking things down the way we're going to break things down today, it's going to give you a greater understanding of why these individual things that we do in our online business, why they are so important to our overall online business success in terms of the amount of money that we earn, and honestly, just how well we do overall. Remember, money is just a measure of how successful your business is. And how do I measure success? I measure success in terms of how many lives am I impacting, right? And calling people in to actually buy what it is that I'm selling, because they actually want this transformation, or they want access to this information for themselves. So money really is just a measure, of how many people you've been able to impact and or help. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. So here's the thing, okay? We've got to understand that what we do online, you might want to take your notebooks out as I began this part. It's all a currency. Everything that we do in exchange for an outcome in our business. All right. One of the hardest things for our mind to conceive is just simply money. Right. So if you wake up every single day and all you tell yourself is, I want to do 4,000 this week. I want to do 4,000 this week. I want to do 4,000 this week. For the majority of people, the mind doesn't truly understand what to do with that. Because again, if you work a job, 4,000 a week is equated to what? How many hours you actually work. Right. And so you don't show up on the job and say, I want to earn $4,000 this week. You show up on the job and you know that you got to clock in for a certain amount of hours. Right. So on the job, you're trading time. Time is your currency when you're working a job. Right. You're trading time, right, for a certain amount of money every payday, or a certain amount of money every day. Right. You are exchanging the time that you're there. And sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with the quality of your work, right? Literally, you can almost be a zombie in some places. And as long as you've clocked in and you're doing the time, right, the money's going to make sense for you. But that's something you've chosen to exchange. You don't show up, and let's just say you don't have vacation time and all these extra things, right? You don't show up, you don't put in the time. Guess what? You have nothing to exchange for money, which means you're not going to earn anything, because for a lot of people, it's $25 an hour, right, that they earn. So if you're not putting in the time, you're not putting in the hours, there's no outcome of money that's possible, right? Now, of course, there's variables that also go into play with it, right? If you want to work overtime, guess what? That's more hours to help you make more pay. Maybe you've been on the job for many, 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 many years, right? So your seniority might allow you to actually earn more per hour, right, than another person who's clocking in doing the same hours, but your seniority allows you to earn more money, right? Again, different variables, right? And there's also levels and promotions and ranks and all kind of things like that as well that go into play, right? So it's not just because everyone in our department does 40 hours a week that our pay is the same, that our money is the same, right? There are other variables that go into it. But for the most part, even if they say your salary, you're still having to exchange, right, time and showing up and being there, right, a measure and an element of work. You're having to exchange that, right, for what? For the money that you desire. So it's a currency. Write that down. The time you're putting in is a currency. All right. You must exchange the time to get paid. All right. Well, guess what? With what we do online, it's the exact same thing. All right. With what we do online, it's the exact same thing. I don't know why this is weird. Okay. It's the exact same thing. Everything I'm going to break down today for you guys, you have to understand that each element is a currency. And while each and every one of us can do the exact same things, again, the same truths are involved, right? There are different variables that go into it. Some people can just jump out there and be very, very magnetic with their marketing and end up doing exceptionally well right out the gate. Some people have to go through more of a learning curve, right? To actually learn how to be magnetic, how to actually connect with people, how to make the camera their friend, all of these things, like when it comes to video. Right? Some people are so natural when it comes to things like jumping on reels or doing short form content or creating posts. But at the end of the day, every single thing that I'm going to break down today, it's not that it's a non-negotiable. It's a simple fact when you understand it's a currency, and that when we do these things, we are setting ourselves up for the things that we do to help us exchange, right? Again, what we do for other people's money. You're going to see that the more we stack these things, the more synergy that we create with these things. Again, it sets us up to actually earn more inside of our business. So if we stop looking at things as, and I always talk about this in my mentorship lessons, if we stop looking at things as things that we have to check off a box, right? Like I just got to do the video, or I just got to do these things. And we stop trying to do try to get the most out of doing the least. And we realize, well, no, like everything I do, it is an exchange for the money that I desire, right? Not only do we focus on doing those things with a greater level of excellency, right? But we understand the fact that by doing these things, what do they do, right? It connects us to who? People. Right? So in what we do, it's not just doing what we do so that we make the money, because again, that's not how it works. I don't just create the content and make the money. I create the content connects with people, right? And the people that have the money decide to exchange, right, their money for what it is that I've done. Yes, they may want the course. Yes, they may want the product, but without my content, they would not have even known, right, that was a thing they could actually buy from me. All right. So when we understand literally everything that we do, right, it is currency, right? You want to earn a little bit, you put a little bit of currency out there. All right. You want your currency to hold more value, then you give more value to your actual currency, right? You hone your skills, you master your skills, you learn how to be magnetic, you learn how to focus on serving people, right? You learn how to identify your ideal buyer and doing everything for them. Right? You learn how to hit these levels of mastery when it comes to, right, these individual things. Just like if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're not just chasing the money, right? You understand that if you want more money, what do you got to do, right? You've got to better yourself and you've got to get promoted, right? Or what does a car salesman do? A car salesman doesn't just wake up every day and say, I want to earn $10,000 this month. He understands that $10,000, it really equals what? Right? Cars that he actually sells, the value of the cars that he sells, right? Helping families and customers get into cars. So what does he focus on, right? His skills when it comes to sales, right? And communication and all of these variables that makes him more valuable and makes him more successful as a salesperson. Because it's not just, I want to be a successful car salesman and make $10,000 and focusing on $10,000. That does you no good. right? Instead, he's got to focus on the skills, because guess what? Being a great salesman translate or is currency for selling more cars. Being great at communication, where the people that come in actually love you, right? And they want to spend more time with you. They want to take your recommendation, right? That translates into, again, that's currency, right? That's going to help you actually make more money. So it's not just the desire. And often that's exactly what happens online, is that people, they don't realize it, but they put such a heavy emphasis on how much money they want to make, and they don't realize that not all things are created equal, right? And that literally everything that we do or don't do, right, believe it or not, it's an element of currency, right? It's an element of currency inside of our business. All right, so let's dive in. All right, grab your notebooks. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to use the internet, right, to make thousands weekly online. Now, one of the first things I want you to do is, if you already have something that you're selling in your business, all right, when you think about thousands, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever, right, it's turning that thousand, turning that number, right, first off into either units or customers or people, like whatever can create a visual for you. All right. So if I go into the week and I'm like, I want to have a $5,000 week, well, what does that mean for my business? What am I selling? Right. And how many of those do I need to sell? Or if I'm selling 2 or 3 things, right, how many of each thing do I need to sell? I need to get a visual on that, because that's what matters, not the money. All right. The money's going to happen because I end up attracting the people. And everything I'm going to talk about today, it pertains to doing the work, right? Creating that currency so that you connect with people, right? And then the ultimate outcome is the money, all right? So first, wrap your head around, like, what does thousands weekly mean for you? All right, because again, you guys, the more real you can make this for yourself at every single turn, the easier it is to understand why you've got to do all these things and why you want to reach a level of mastery, right, as soon as possible. Mastery is not about perfection. Mastery is about how well are you connecting, right, with your ideal buyers that are out there. It's not about perfection. It's not about the perfect brand colors. It's not about, how well spoken you are. It literally is, when you do something, how is it connecting with people to cause someone to want to exchange their money for what you are selling inside of your business. All right. So the first thing when we're talking about using the internet, all right, to make thousands weekly inside of our business, all right, is the number one activity. Okay. The first activity is content. We've got to understand the content that we create, the content that we lay down, the content that we distribute online, right? It is currency. No content, all right? People are not lining up to pay you. All right. Content is currency. Okay. And content is anything that you experience or that you consume anywhere on the internet, from YouTube, from uploaded content on YouTube, live streams, shorts, podcasts on YouTube, community posts on YouTube. It could be reels or stories or lives on Instagram. It could be TikToks on TikTok. It could be stories or posts or lives or reels on Facebook. It's literally anything that you consume, that other people consume on any of these platforms. Believe it or not, all of those things that are done, right? It's currency. It's reason for someone to want to exchange their money for what the person who did that content has to offer. It's where everything starts, right? I was made aware of PPM and I joined PPM because of someone's content, right? Their reel and their caption, right? It connected with me. It gave me reason to look into what they were actually doing. When I purchased the roadmap many months ago, it was someone's content, right, that spoke to me, that made me want to look more into it, right? And that person got my money. The person with PPM, they got my money because their content spoke to me and connected with me. It made me want to know more about what they had to offer. All right. So you got to understand, number one, content is currency, right? It's the cause for money being exchanged for it. All right. So what you want to do is, number one, you want to use the internet, right, to make thousands weekly. You got to pick a platform and get prolific with your content. All right. You want to think high levels of value and insight. Okay, high levels of value and insight that's connecting you to your ideal person, right? Which means you've got to get really clear. You got to get really specific around who this person is. Who is that 10 that you're talking to in all of your content, right? Who is it intended for? Who are you sitting down and having lunch with, right? You're in a room full of 500 people, right? Who are these 500 people? What do they all have in common? What makes them all your ideal person? All right. You've got to create a high level of value and insight for them inside of your business. I'm going to tell you guys one reason why content is so important. And as we go through these 5 areas, you're going to understand how they all layer and how they all stack. One's not better than the other. One really can't stand all by itself. I mean, it can, right? But you're going to get way better results when you allow them all to work together. I've shared this a lot, and I'm going to say it again since we're talking about this. Oftentimes, people don't do in a big way and in a consistent way inside of their business because they get caught up on or caught up in what's going on, right? So in an example of uploading content or doing live streams, I don't get caught up on like what's the best time to do my live stream, when can the most people be there. I do my live stream right when right it makes the most sense in my business and in my life. And those that can be there live with me, fantastic. Who's live with me, like the eyeballs that I see, is not an indicator of anything in my business. It doesn't mean that I'm great. It doesn't mean that I suck. I don't put a value to the eyes. I don't let that stop me. Right? Because yesterday, I think I capped out from what the eyeballs showed me at maybe 17 people that were live, right? But yesterday, like shortly after, it showed that 80 people were watching or whatever the number was, right? So it's like, I don't get caught up in what's happening in the now or what the vanity metrics or numbers might show, because I realize it doesn't take thousands of anything to get a result. I could have 9 eyeballs here right now live, and one person could be ready to pull the trigger. I could say the one thing that one person needs to hear today, right? And guess what? They could say, I've heard enough. I am ready to get started. This is my 5th live with you, or I've been on your email list for, 2 weeks or 3 months, and I'm ready to get started, right? I understand like there isn't this thing where you have to have a certain amount of anything in order to get a result. So when it comes to high levels of value and insight and being prolific, I don't have a problem with that, right? Because I know that I'm on a platform where my content can live on, right, for a long, long time, that it can be discovered and I can leverage it, right, long after I've actually created it, right? So like this past week, just yesterday alone, right, I leveraged videos and live streams that I've done over the week as people reached out to me and wanted to know about my promo or wanted to know about the programs that I'm offering. I was able to leverage content that I've done throughout the week to say, hey, go here and get caught up. Go here to learn what I said about that. Like I can leverage it, all right? And I steadily make money and generate leads because of my content, because I understand, again, the more that I create and I focus on being prolific with it, a high level of value and insight, right? It's going to continue to get me great results inside of my business. The more that I create, the more leads I generate, the more money I generate. I understand that my content is currency, all right? And I'm telling you, that is king online, all right? No content and you are a nobody. No content, people cannot discover you. No content, they can't become aware of you. No content, they don't know what you have to sell is even a thing, right? No content, no business, no money, no connections, no nothing, all right? So you've got to make your mind up that, and especially in the day and age that we're in right now, where the internet is so noisy and people's attention is all over the place, like you've got to assume, right, that nobody is seeing anything that you do, and you got to keep doing it. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep creating the content, right? That's why I say pick a platform and decide to exhaust that platform. If you're going to do Instagram, do reels on Instagram, create posts on Instagram, create stories on Instagram, right? Go live on Instagram, be on that platform as much and as often as you can, so that as you begin to grow your awareness, whenever someone pops on, right, you are there meeting them with new content that they may have missed or new content that you've created. Currency. People are going to buy from you because they keep encountering your content. All right. Y'all, we can probably close it out today with just that. All right. So you want to use the internet to make thousands of dollars weekly inside of your online business. You've got to decide, right, that content is going to be a factor in your business every single day. All right. Number 2, okay, is lead generation. All right. Lead generation is what allows you to grow what I consider to be one of your most valuable assets online. It's going to help you grow your actual email list. It's going to help you actually grow your database. So you want to make sure that with everything that you do, right, that your content is not only opening the doors for people to buy from you, but you also want to make sure that it's a gateway for people to join your email list, right, and become a part of your database, the database that you own and that you control. Remember what I just said a few minutes ago, right? Because I create content at the level that I create it, and my content is very intentional, right? I'm able to reuse my content very often in my business. So like I said, yesterday, a few people reached out to me wanting to know some details, right, about promos, about what I'm offering. And I was able to, again, here's the thing. Why were they able to reach out to me first off? Because they were on my email list and they had received an email from me, right, about my promo, about my program, about the replay that I did yesterday. So as they had questions, right, or they needed guidance, or they needed clarity, or they needed specifics, right, they could reach out to me and we could have a dialogue, right? And then from that, I was able to communicate further with them and again, give them things, right, to put them in the know, right, to help them make buying decisions, all right? So when you are generating your own leads, it gives you another opportunity, right, to create currency in your business. Your email list is another aspect of currency, all right? When you create content, you will have a percentage of people that will be able to make a decision to buy from you right from your content, all right? When I bought PPM, I bought it directly from someone's Instagram reel, all right? When I bought Roadmap, I bought it directly from, I believe it was someone's, I think it was someone on Facebook. I don't remember where I was. Right? But I bought it directly from someone's content. I wasn't sitting on anyone's list. All right. So and I get people all the time that buy directly from my videos or directly from my live streams, right? They haven't been sitting on my list for months and months and months and months, right? They buy pretty much like upon us connecting. All right. So you can generate money, you can generate sales, right, directly from your content. But then when you build your email list, guess what? Every single email that you send out or that email list that you are building, right? It's another aspect of currency. There's more business that can be had by there. Because you build your email list, you set yourself up to make more money. Okay? Write that down. Because you build an email list, you set yourself up to make more money. All right? And it's because of this third element. All right. Conversions. Some people call it follow-up. I don't like to think that I'm following up with people when they're on my email list. All right. I like to think about when I'm generating my own leads and they're on my email list, then now is the time, right, for me to turn on my conversion strategies, to allow my conversion strategies to go to work for me, to allow the things that I do to begin to build deeper know, like, and trust and relationships. All right. Guess what? That equals more sales. So you will make money from your content, right? There's a certain percentage of people that will just be ready to buy directly from your content. All right. You're going to build your email list because it's one of your most valuable assets that you can have, right? Because you build your email list, it gives you the opportunity, right, to turn on conversion strategies inside of your business that are, guess what? Those conversion strategies are what? They are currency. Going live is a conversion strategy. It is currency, right? You can go live and you can get paid. All right. You can do webinars and get paid. You can send daily emails out to your list, right? That's a conversion strategy. It's not following up. It is a conversion strategy when you work it properly. All right. You send daily emails and guess what? People will buy from those emails. All right. You invite them to events, Super Saturdays, all these individual things that you can do, right? They're conversion strategies to help you make more sales, right, from the list that you've actually grown from your content. So you work all of these things together, right? And guess what? You end up stacking your results, stacking your sales. right? Do you see how even with this, we're not focusing on a daily basis, like I need to make $5,000 this week. Again, the mind doesn't understand that. But what the mind understands, right, is I sell a $500 product, right? $5,000 equals 10 customers. So if I'm focused on impacting a minimum of 10 people's lives to the point where they actually want to buy my course this week, right? They want to buy the roadmap. To now those 10 people, they're not going to come out of nowhere. You understand how a lot of times people really believe like, oh, I want 5,000, so it's just going to come out of nowhere, right? They don't equate it to work and to people. It's just like they think that whatever they did months and months and months ago will likely pan out, right? Or they don't think at all when they think that way. When I wake up and I'm like, oh, $5,000 this week, and I've equated it to meaning I'm going to help 10 people get started in the roadmap. What does that mean? It means, oh, I've got to get out there. I've got to go live. I've got to upload the videos, right? I've got to make sure I send these emails out to my growing list on a daily basis. I got to make sure that I'm giving a call to action, right? And because I equate it to 10 people, 10 real people, my mind is always speculating on other conversion activities and tactics and strategies that I can leverage inside of my business, right? Because I build an email list, when I send out emails and people begin to open my emails and click, guess what? Because my mind works this way, I can create a whole nother level of conversation or dialogue with people that open my emails and or click on the links. And believe it or not, I've made money from that as well, because I'm not here chasing money, right? I'm here to serve people and to help people make a buying decision, right? To help them get what they want, period. I helped 10 people in a week, right? I earned $5,000. Like, it's that simple. Right. And so since my mind is working on activities to bring people into my life, activities to bring people to my channel, activities to inspire people, activities to empower people, activities to, let people know that I'm their logical choice and what I have to offer makes a heck of a lot of sense to them. Right. It's like I keep getting the ideas of things that I can actually do in my business, right, to help me fulfill my goal. I hope this makes sense. Like, I really hope this is helping you. Like the title says, if you want to use the internet to make thousands weekly online, you literally have to, it's like solve the problem, right? Like realize, okay, I want to make 10,000 this month, or I want to make 20,000 this month, or I want to make 5,000 this week, or whatever the goal is. Solve that problem. Do the equation, do the math, solve the problem. Right? And then get down to business on what it's going to actually take to hit it, and do all things, allow your mind to speculate on all the possibilities, right, that you can make it real for yourself, right? Because your mind should be like 10 people, 10 people, 10 people, right? Right now we have none. Right now we have none, right? Must go live, must upload, must send the email. Like, your mind should kind of be like a machine, where like it's constantly speculating on more things that you can actually do, and never being satisfied with the fact that, oh, I did a video for the day, right? Can we stretch that further? What more can we do from that video? There's so many activities that we can actually do online, right, that can actually connect us with what? More people. We're never just sitting back waiting for the money to come, waiting for the money to happen, because that's not how business works. People come, people happen, people react, people raise their hand, people consume the information, people click, people watch, right? People reach out, people take their debit and credit cards out, people transact business. Therefore, every hour in our business, every minute in our business where we're actively engaged in our business, that's what we should be focused on, right? Is people. All right. So you see how we understand content is currency. Building our email list is currency. What we do with that email list, how we engage with them, build know, like, and trust, the conversion strategies, how that's more currency. Can you see how the more content you create, right, the more outcome you can potentially get? The bigger you build your database, right, the bigger outcome you can potentially get. The more conversion strategies you're working in your business on a daily basis, right? Guess what? The bigger outcome that you can potentially get. I need to start documenting this, but all I'm telling you, and again, those that I'm working with one-on-one in December, I'm going to help you so much in this way, because I'll be able to know exactly what you're doing, and I can literally guide you and tell you, okay, based upon this, right? Like, let's go do this next. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. That's the power, right, of actually taking action and working with someone whose mind is constantly working, right, on conversions. You guys, I have made so much money, over the years, even here recently, again, by doing little simple things like I send out an email, right? People open the email and click and want to learn more. And what do? I just go into my email, my analytics, I see who clicked, and I send them a personal email. Hey, I saw you click through, right? I'm excited. Let me know if you have any questions about what this is all about, right? The thing is that I don't care who it is. I don't care if I personally know them, don't know them. I make no assumptions. I send that, again, if that's the rhythm and flow and vibe that I'm in my business for the day, right? I'm like, that's the conversion strategy that I feel called to do. And y'all, guess what? I make money from that. I make money from people that actually respond and say, thank you so much for actually being a real person. Thanks for reaching out. Now, no lie, the majority of people totally ignore the email, right? Which is perfectly fine. Like, I don't care about that. But I make money, right, from that activity, from those where it means something. They're like, wow, thank you so much. Yeah, yes, I do have a question, in fact. Again, it's little things like that. I'm telling you, all right? All right, now from the conversion, right? Automated systems. Y'all, believe it or not, our automated systems, right, they're currency, okay? The more we have automation set up in our business, again, the more money we're set up to make. Think 24/7, right? 365. 24/7, 365. I love to reference sleep money. I love to reference money that I earn very, very late at night. I love to reference that because it does happen at a very, very high rate in my business, right? I don't know whether it's just the time when people are doing whatever they're doing, but literally I can make money 24/7, 365. A lot of times people think automation is just to make our life easier. It's not. That's one element, yes, right? Automations allow us to generate our leads. It allows us to send out one email, the push of a button, and have that email go out to hundreds or thousands of people that are on your email list, right? And have a personal vibe and personal energy and all of those things. Again, when you get to a place of mastering email marketing, right? Again, you can send it out to thousands of people at a push of a button. And guess what? People can start reading and clicking on links, doing what? Going over to your sales page, the automated system. Right? Reading and consuming the sales page. Meanwhile, you're washing dishes, you're running an errand, you're at yoga, you're working out, you're spending time with the family, right? You're on vacation, right? And you have these systems, right, that are working together. Someone's on your sales page, they like what they actually see. Guess what? They can decide to click a button and decide to purchase, right? And there you go, a $500 sale, a $340 sale, a $100 sale, a $47 sale, whatever it is that you're selling, right? People can make the decision to buy, right, at times that are convenient to them. So automation, right, is not just currency because it keeps us in business 24/7, 365, but you better believe, just like we don't want to jump on the phone and have to answer a gazillion questions, right? Like, oh, that's uncomfortable. I don't want to talk to people. Okay, believe it or not, people don't want to talk to us either. Like, literally. Right? How many of y'all that are here love the fact that, like, when you encountered me, you could click on a link that you could learn more. You could buy when the time was right for you. That you weren't like, oh, I got to take this sales call with Steph. I got to take this sales call with this lady I just met on YouTube, or someone from her team is going to give me a call. What does that instantly do? Your defenses, no matter how much you think you love me through the screen, your defenses automatically go up because you know the only reason I'm calling you or we're connecting is because I'm going to try to get some money out of you. I'm trying to sell you on something. So you're instantly on the defense. Automation the business owner allows us to do business in such a way where we just create these simple systems one time, right? We put them in the flow of our business. And as we're doing what? Currency activity number one, creating content, right? Our content compels people I love this girl's stuff. Let me go see what she's offering. I want to work with her. I want to do this. I've been looking into the roadmap. I've been looking into PPM. I'm so glad she's offering it. I love her. Let me go to her website, right? Now they're on my email list. They begin to receive automated follow-up messages that I already have set up in my autoresponder, right? They're able to go over to my website and sales page and learn more about it there, right? They click a button. They're ready to buy. Guess what? Every bit of that flow, every decision that they make, it is 1000% in their control. They decide from my videos if they want to actually go over to my website and learn more and opt in. They can always opt out of my emails at any time through that little unsubscribe link at the bottom of my emails. When those emails go out or when I send the emails and they open them, they are opening them, right, based upon their own will. No one is pressuring them. I'm not like, hey, Marissa, did you just get that email? Right? Why don't you go ahead and click the link in it right now, right? That way, while I have you on the phone, if you have any questions, right, I'm here to, do you guys remember going through any of those kind of things like way back in the day, right? Like that's what the process was like. We had to, as consumers, we had to lie to people. We had to avoid people. We had to like ignore phone calls. It was uncomfortable. And oftentimes we made buying decisions or we made decisions to do stuff right when we didn't even really want to because we felt pressured. It feels so good to have automated systems set up and to do business in this way, right? Using the internet. All of these things are using the internet, right? YouTube, I'm using the internet, right? When I leverage my marketing system, that's a part of the internet, right? That's software on the internet. I don't even know how it all works, but it works for me. I've learned how to use it. It's a part of the internet. Right? When I send out emails, right? That's electronic communication. It's part of the internet, right? I am using the internet to transact business. And I know very, very little about the internet. I know a lot about the digital marketing stuff, but I don't need to know about the internet. I just need to know that if I do these things, right, that these things are their currency. So just like someone shows up 40 hours a week on the job and they earn a check, I do these things, I stack these things. These are currency working in my favor, right? So again, let's go back to the job analogy, right? You decide not to promote. You decide not to level up. You decide to not go back to school. You stay at whatever level you were at when you first got started. You're still going to make money based upon the time that you're on your job. Meanwhile, the people that get promoted and level up, they're still exchanging time, right? But they have variables, right? They're stacking other things, right? Time served, level, promotions were same amount of time that they're spending on the job, but they're earning more. Same thing with all these things, right? You can decide to just go out there and create content and allow your content to do all the talking for you and to not build an email list and to not use your email list and to not do conversion strategies and to, not think deeper and to get creative and to not leverage automation and just be like, I'm just going to create content and whoever buys from my content, fantastic. And I'm not saying that won't work. There are many people that in fact do that and they're earning what they earn. And don't get me wrong, some people are doing very, very well. But when you build an email list, I'm just telling you, you will earn more money because it's just another level or layer where you get to communicate with people where those that weren't ready from your content or it was bad timing or they were on your website and the kid pooped himself, right? Or you were on the website and it was time to go to work or your lunch hour ended or whatever the case may be. Like you were there, you were active, right? You want more information, but the time expired. You had to leave. If I don't have your email address, I'm betting on the fact that you're going to forget about me. You likely will. Because in the big scheme of things, go pro with stuff, not that big of a deal in your life. Not that big of a deal in your life, right? You may say you want to start an online business, you want these things, but unless I remind you through email communication or when you pop on YouTube, there's a new video or there's a new live, right? If I'm not constantly in your world reminding you, you will forget. So when we stack these things, it puts us in position to make more money. It's just the fact. So even if someone's saying, well, I do, $100,000 a month on social all by itself, fantastic. You could do more if you were actually building an email list. That's fantastic. You're earning $100,000 a month just from social. But and I'm being very extreme with this, but you would earn more if you also had an email list because it's simply more touch points. It's just the way it works. right? The first year that I did 100,000, right? I did 108,000, only 20,000-ish of that came from my videos. The other 86,000 came directly from emails that I sent to my email list. It came directly from people that joined my email list. They weren't ready to buy at the time, stayed on my email list, read emails from me, clicked on links, and sometime throughout the year decided to buy. Now, it's a lot of money to leave on the table, right? So again, I know these things from experience. I'm not just spouting these things off. It's not stuff that I consumed. It's stuff I've lived. It's things that I know to be the truth, all right? So automated systems allow us to generate leads, right? 24/7, 365, as well as generate sales 24/7, 365. It takes the pressure off of us, and it takes the pressure off of our buyers as well, right? So it's like when I wake up to a sale or when someone gets started, right? Yesterday, I had a customer, right? So excited that she's back in my world. I get to work with her, but she purchased PPM and she purchased the roadmap. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, was that really a good decision for her? No, because she did it on her own accord, right? She had all the information. I sent her all the information she needed, right? She was able to come to that decision. Y'all, that's the beautiful thing about automation. 1,000% people are coming to their own conclusions at their own timing, right? To do the things that they do, period. Right? Like I remember these things so vividly when Veronica, right? Veronica used to always email me and she's like, I don't know if I want to do this. And my mind's like, then don't do it because I'm not asking you to do it. You keep coming around. You keep hanging out with me, right? You don't need to tell me you don't want to do this, right? Just unsubscribe or whatever. And then I look up and she signed up. She was ready to go. I didn't convince her. I wasn't like, yeah, girl, you can do this and you should do it. And I was just like, okay, cool. Right? I'm here. I'm going to keep doing what I do. And the time was right for her. I literally woke up, right? And Veronica had signed up, right? With Marissa. Again, I remember vivid, because again, my business isn't numbers. My business is people, right? My business is people. I remember Marissa, I had just gotten off of a live stream, right? And I was like, I killed it for the day. I am done. Again, my bedroom was right through there, right? Went and sat on my bed and I was like, I'm getting ready to watch this next episode of Suits. And then I get a message from Marissa who was like, I'm just finishing the live stream that you were on or whatever, and I'm signing up right now. Of course we can all make these things up, but everyone here can vouch for this, right? She was watching a live stream. She'd only been a part of my world that long, right? And she's like, I'm getting signed up right now. I'm getting started right now, right? Premium coaching for new tax pros has been a part of my world for many, 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 many years, right? When I launched the roadmap, I remember I was literally sitting on my patio, right? I had just got finished doing my work for the day and I was just having a little break and I was on my phone, just doing whatever I was doing and ping. And I was like, I remember vividly saying, I'm so glad he made this decision. I'm so glad that he did this. It wasn't like, woohoo, I made money. It's like, I vividly remember these things. I'm like, I'm so glad. Like almost every buyer, whether I knew them prior or not, I can tell you, I remember how it happened, when it happened, how I felt, all of these individual things. Why? Because I do my business to connect with people, to help people, right? And people matter to me. When I get to a point of making 10 sales a day in my business, let me tell you something, I'm still going to remember these things. It's still going to matter to me, right? So again, automation, that's why automation is so important. Right? I didn't talk to Thomas. I didn't talk to Veronica. I didn't talk to Marissa. Right? I did these activities to lead people, to guide people, to be their tour guide. Right? To be their tour guide. And then my automation, right? My personality, then my automation took over to give them what it is that they needed. Right? So that they could get what they want. They saw what I had to offer as being a solution. So they bought, y'all. This is how we use the internet to make thousands of dollars a week online, right? I'm not talking about anything that no one can't do. There are people that aren't doing these things, but every single person can do these things, all right? And then the final piece, all right? Again, using the internet to make thousands weekly is you need a monetization plan, strategy, and or vision. I believe you need them all. Right? You need a monetization plan. You need a monetization strategy. And I think what's bigger than that is a monetization vision. Let me tell you something. Last night when actually it was this morning, when the lady I referenced, right, got started, and she'd already been a prior group coaching client of mine. I think I'm now at like 99% of all my coaching clients that, are rocking this digital marketing world with me now. I'm so excited. But she emailed me after she signed up, and she said, I got both. She's like, I went over to, I share these things with you guys because I want you to know how people make buying decisions. Like when you understand this, again, you can market better. And she's like, I went over to Instagram and I saw how some of these women were marketing both of these products, and they have them both in their link tree. And she's like, they're doing the same thing that I was doing when I was rocking Legendary Marketer and making money. See, she saw herself in the process. That makes sense. She saw herself. Like, she was like, they're doing what I used to do when I was rocking this particular opportunity. And she's like, I got both, and I'm so excited, right, to get them set up and to get my link tree going so I can get out there, again, doing what she already knows how to do. You see? So it's like, because I offered both, I was able to sell both. I didn't convince her. I didn't talk her into anything. I told her options. And, again, if you did this, I laid it out for her. She made the decision. So I share that because a monetization vision, I believe, is so much more powerful than a monetization strategy and even a monetization plan, because I believe our vision is something that we can share with other people. I can share a vision and you can buy into my vision, and that vision can then become a part of your vision, right? Oftentimes, like just a strategy plan or a monetization plan or a strategy, oftentimes it takes the people out of it, and it makes it more just about the accomplishment of a goal, of getting something or getting somewhere, versus a vision. Right. And so I think over the years, whenever I've had a challenge with, am I going to confuse people by adding something to my business? Or if I roll this program out or roll this offer out, am I going to confuse people? I think it's because I was worried more about strategy and planning versus being a resource to my people. And knowing that I'm a resource to my people, like I think like a store. If I were to go down to Express as an example, and I went there just for a couple of shirts, right? And I was like, oh man, but you know what? I drove all the way down here. I needed a couple pair of jeans as well. Like my mind is like, if I can find the jeans there, like I'm gonna buy the jeans there, right? I know some people just love like shopping and all that, but if I could buy it from one place, I'm gonna buy it from one place. That way I can try everything on, I'm gonna buy it from one place. Right? Or if I have a shopping list and my mind is made up that I'm supposed to get everything from Publix or everything from Target, and I get kind of miffed. Like I don't want to go to extra stores because I didn't plan to go to extra stores. So it's like, because the store has what I need, the store gets my money. Does it make sense? When I buy from someone like a $47 digital product, and then they have an order bump of getting something else for a couple of more bucks, if it makes sense and it goes within the flow, right? My mind works simple. Yeah, I could see how I could use that, or I might need that, or it makes sense for this purchase. And because it's there and because they offered it, they made an extra $47, right? They didn't twist my arm, right? But I bought it, right? Because it was there. So I think when I started having more of a vision for my business and I realized that I'm a resource, right? My monetization strategy and plan turned more into a monetization vision, right? Where again, I know first and foremost, I do everything so that I can be a very strong resource. People are going to buy from me because they see me as a resource, not a salesperson, not someone just schlepping the newest, latest thing out there. That's why I break things down and share things the way that I share things, because again, it's my vision, right? And it might be my vision that you buy into and you see the vision for yourself. And I think that's what's lacking so much in so many people's businesses, is they just have no vision. They don't see how it all works together, right? So it's like when Elena, she did that herself. She went out there and she saw that, and it made sense for her to align in both, because she was like, I can see people buying both from me, or at least having the option to buying one or the other. So she made that decision. right? So again, using the internet to make thousands weekly online, when it comes to your monetization vision, right, or strategy or plan, however you're wired, you've got to be unafraid. You can't be afraid of confusing people. And don't get me wrong, like I'm talking to mature people, you understand. Like I would never have a stand store or a link tree with like 50 links. That's not my style. Right. But again, if you're like, I'm a resource, right, then you go into your business unafraid, right, about like any of the things that you hear people talking about, like you're going to miss out on money and all these individual things. It's like, if you know that you're a resource, you know that you're there to serve people, you know that you're offering these things, right, because you know that you're leaving people better, their worlds will be better, right, then you set up a strong vision, which then helps you set up a strong plan, right, inside of your business. It's 2023, all right, and your vision, right, that you are imparting on your peeps is what is important. Please write that down. It's 2023. So you're going to have people out there, like for example, in PPM, right? Haley talks about having in her digital product makeup, she talks about having a freebie. She talks about having a low cost digital product, a mid one, and a high. Now her description of like low, medium, and high is not my same description. And because the way that I create content, not such an avid believer in a lead magnet. Is it to say that what Haley's teaching is wrong and I'm right, or I'm wrong and I'm right and I'm wrong and she's right? No, it's 2023. I have a vision for my business, and you guys, I've had to grow into this. Because when you grow up digital marketing, oftentimes you're like, oh, Russell Brunson said this, so that's the law, right? All the big guys are saying this, that's the law. I've gone through that, right? Like that's what they're saying, so that's the law, and everything else is wrong. No, because I've experienced there's way too many people that are doing things that I don't necessarily consider correct for my business, and they're making tons of money. They're making tons of money despite not doing things the way that I would do it in my business. And I'm doing very well for myself, doing things the way that I enjoy doing things. The biggest thing is to have a vision for your business, why you do what it is that you do, right? Knowing that it's for the betterment of your people, that it supports your overall like business brand, business vision, where you're going, how you want to help people. And guess what? Remember, we always talk about this, those that are already destined to buy from you, that are already aligned to buy with you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy into your vision. They're going to, wow, like I want that. I want to do that. Like they're going to see your vision. They're going to understand your vision, right? They're going to want your vision. To me, that matters way more than is a freebie right or is a freebie wrong? I don't do freebies because like, I do such long form content, like that's freebie enough. What else could you want for free from me? You know what I'm saying? Like that's that. So you see how I have a vision for my business. What do I need to give you for free, right? When I hang out the way that I hang out and do things the way that I do. So for me, that's why I got rid of lead magnets so long ago. Doesn't mean that it's wrong, right? So if you want to use the internet to make thousands weekly, I'm going to tell you, like you really want to put your big girl, big boy pants on. And you want to decide not just how do I stack my business with monetization opportunities, not just how do I give people choices and how do I have things for people to buy, but instead like what's your vision? What's your monetization vision, right, for your actual business? Put that in place for you. Now, you see how you stack all of these things together, right? Your daily content creation is currency. You build your email list, currency. You send out your daily emails, right? That's currency. You do lives and you invite your email list to your lives. You're building deeper know, like, and trust, more currency, right? You might do a Saturday event. You might do a webinar. You might do a monthly masterclass. Whatever. You're doing these things, right, to convert more of your onlookers into sales. All of that's currency. The more that you do, right, you're setting yourself up to actually earn more money. The least that you do, right, again, you're setting yourself up to earn, let's just say the equivalent, right? The more currency you put out there, good, the more that you actually do, right, the more that you are actually stacking, right, the coins, the dollars in your actual favor. Okay, you put more content out there, more people become aware of you, more people join your email list. The more people that join your email list, the more people you get to invite back to your live streams, the more people you get to send daily emails out to, the more people open your emails, the more people click on the links in your emails. Make sense? Right? The more people go through your automated systems, the more people view your sales page, the more people click on the link to actually buy, the more people actually buy. Right? You have offers that make sense, right? So let's just use the roadmap in this example and system.io, or PPM and system.io. Let's just use those two dynamics. It's like whether or not someone chooses one or the other in my business, right? Guess what? My vision is that they join it, right? I make money clearly from them joining it, right? But then guess what? They got to get a free marketing system. They don't already have it. They get the free marketing system, even though it's free, there's going to come a point in time in their business where they're going to upgrade, and that's going to create recurring income for myself. See what I'm saying? Like, I have a vision. I'm not out there trying to do all this stuff. I don't have to promote system.io every single day in my videos, right? Or talk about it in a way. No, it's set up there's a vision for my business, the way that I actually do things, right? Where people can buy and they can consume and buy. And guess what? They can buy in to my same vision as well. Right? So if you want to use the internet, all right, to make thousands weekly inside of your business, number one, you got to get solid on what does that number represent. Okay, if it's $5,000 a week and you're selling a $500 program, that's 10 customers. It's not $5,000 that you're quote unquote chasing, right? It's 10 people that you are setting your business up to connect with. You're doing your content. So you see how you don't go a day now without doing your content, no matter what platform. You don't go a day without doing your outreach. You don't do a day without thinking about like how to transact business. You don't go a day without it, because every single day matters. Every customer, every buyer, it all matters. So all of these things here, right? You get solid on what thousands mean to you. And again, just like a job, you trade time for money in our business, right? Instead of time, right? The currency is content creation, building our email list, communicating with our email list, and working those conversion strategies, right? Our automated systems in place working for us, right? And a strong monetization vision behind our business that we can impart upon our community, because the more people that buy into our monetization vision, right, the more people become buyers, customers, and our clients of what it is that we're doing, right? Let me know if you guys are here live and you have any questions at all. Let me know if this has been able to help you. You guys, the internet's not mysterious, right? It is a place. And literally the more digital real estate you can have, right, the more you can set yourself up. Like the more videos I can have, like I got solid on my ideal person. I got solid on like the niche or the keywords that I'm actually focused on. And so it's like every video that I can do that involves these keywords and these key phrases, like it'll come a point in time where inevitably, like I will be the authority of that key phrase or that keyword or whatever. I will be the authority of that because I will have the most content on YouTube around that, right? It's not mystical. It's not magical. It's literally working these things in a very synergistic way, right? To get you the end result that you're focused on. And at the end of the day, it all needs to come down to people, not the dollars. Your mind can't conceive it. It makes no sense, right? Because you've never been wired that way. You've never been wired to just think, I have a job that pays me, $5,000 a month. No, you have a job that pays you $25 an hour is what you do. Or you have a job where your salary is whatever, but you still trade time for it. You don't put time in, you make no money. Your mind is still programmed to know you've got to do something to get something. The internet, a lot of times, it takes that out of people. People think that, oh, just because I have a website set up and funnel set up and I did one video 5 months ago, I should be ready to go. No, just like a job, right? Things are required of you, right, on a daily basis in order to start your business, grow your business, run your business, all the things that we need to happen. And these are the areas that we need to focus on. This is what we need to stack, right? If you're lost on any of these things, if you need direction on any of these, if on any of these things, if you are not set up for online business success, All right. If you don't know how to create content, if you don't know how to work a daily action plan, if you don't know how to build an email list, if you don't have capture pages, sales pages, if you don't have a product to sell, all right, you want to learn these things. All right. And, or maybe you've been struggling out there, right? I want to encourage you, seriously, like to look at the programs that I offer inside of my business. I offer 2 of them. The roadmap is like the Bible on digital marketing and building an online business. It will teach you everything that you need to know about, making the kind of money you want to make inside of your business, whether that's $100,000, in as short as period of time as possible. If you want to build a 6-figure business, if you want to build $1 million business, the fundamentals, right, are in the roadmap. You're going to learn everything you need to learn about digital marketing, everything you need to learn about the business of online business. You're going to get help getting set up for online business success. If you have a business idea, we're going to help you flesh out that business idea and turn it into something that you can begin to sell. If you were like me when I first got started and you didn't have a business idea, you can actually turn right back around and sell this course as your own, right? By actually leveraging the knowledge that you're going to pick up by going through the course. Instead of, deciding to create a program or digital product of your own right out the gate, you can get your feet wet by simply selling this course as your own and earning all of the money every single time that you sell it, right? It's brilliant. You literally get a license to sell this course as your own, and you get to download this course, meaning you will own it forever. You're not just investing into a login, right? This is not something that someone can take away from you. You own this course. You get to literally download it. All right. And so you can decide to sell this as your own, much like I do. When you go to goprowithsteph.com, you're going to see, right, an example of me selling this course as my own. I have my complete sales system, my marketing system, my email system, everything wrapped around it, right? That's set up to sell this course for me. Every single time someone buys this course from me, I earn $500 directly. Right? So like you could do the exact same thing as well. You can decide to learn digital marketing, right? Learn the business of online business, never have to go out there and decide to create a product of your own, at least not from the beginning, right? And decide to get yourself out there and begin selling this course, right? In a very, very short period of time, right? By leveraging the knowledge that you're going to pick up through the actual course. All right. And then the second course is Passive Profit Millionaire. And that is more geared towards digital products, personal branding, and social media. So if you really want to focus on making money on social media through reels and content, right, like TikToks and Instagram and Facebook, that is an excellent program. The way I broke it down yesterday, it's like, and I always tell people, if you have the budget, get both. Right? Because it's going to make you such an amazing resource to your community. And you're going to have everything that you need. So the roadmap is more like, again, your Bible when it comes to digital marketing and the business of online business. It's something you can always refer back to. Where Passive Profit Millionaire, to me, it's like a VIP day. Like you can go through it like so quickly, and it's so actionable as you're going through it, because Passive Profit Millionaire is truly the journey of the creator. The creator of this literally documented her success, and she's teaching you exactly how, right? She created her first digital product and did $20,000 in 21 days, right? And then the process she went through to do $500,000, in like 5 months, and she's walking you through the entire thing and all of her skill sets, everything that she leveraged, her systems and everything. You're not learning it in a generic nature. You're learning it as if you were sitting down at her kitchen table and she was walking you through exactly how she did it. For me, it is scrappy, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm not somebody, I know social media and I can make money on social media, but my roots are definitely YouTube, right? But I know, right, that social media is something I do want to, I want to make consistent sales, right, from social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. I want to get to a place where I'm making consistent sales from social media, just like I'm making consistent sales and building my email list from YouTube. All right. So either one of those programs, like I said, you have the budget, right? Do both. You'll be an amazing resource, to your community, or decide which one is going to help you based upon where you are right now and what you actually want. The roadmap is a $500 investment, one time, no monthly fees, free marketing system, literally no credit card for the marketing system, no ongoing costs. As the course updates, you get the updates, right? You can download the new updates, all those things, right? $500 one time. Master resale rights. So if you want to sell the course as your own, you absolutely can, and you get to own it. You get to download it. All right. Passive Profit Millionaire, $340 decision. All right. Same thing. You get to learn from it. If you decide you want to earn from it, again, you can download the course. You can sell it as your own, right? Every time someone buys it, you earn $340 paid directly to you. All right. You learn how to get your system set up. You learn how to accept Klarna and an afterpay so people can pay you through payment plans. Like, you learn how to do business very, very legitly. You guys, I'm going to tell you something that really, really sold me on my, like, even after I purchased it, I'm like, I'm so glad I made this decision. There's this guy that I love listening to. I really look up to him just because of his journey. And he went live last week or a couple weeks ago, and he said he remembers buying, spending $500 on Ty Lopez's social media marketing course. And he was just like recounting his journey. And I'm like, y'all, like, that's what we have our hands on right now. Like, there are people out there that want to learn this stuff, that need to learn this stuff. And we get to be the people that give them access to these amazing courses, like to help them learn how to do business online and how to make money online. Every single thing that I talked about today, right? You're going to be able to learn, and you need to learn. If making money online, like, again, to the tunes of thousands of dollars a week is seriously your goal, you can't avoid it. It's not negotiable, right? Like, you've got to learn and develop yourself in these ways. And then you get to turn right back around. Maybe you have a digital product idea, right, that you want to turn into a product, right? You can. And you're going to learn how to actually sell it online. You're going to learn how to sell it on social. You're going to learn how to sell it on YouTube. Whatever platform you want, you're going to learn, right? Or you can, like, my business vision is very different. I've created tons of digital products. I don't want to do that at this stage. I love master resale rights. Like, I love knowing that I give people access to knowledge and skill development. I give them access to opportunities, where it's opportunities to create their own, or whether it's opportunity to leverage this amazing license, right? And I give them ownership. I love knowing that when someone makes an investment, that nobody can ever, ever, ever take away what they invested in. Right? No one can ever take away their knowledge. No one can ever take away their skill. No, like, once you learn how to build a funnel, guess what? You are going to always know how to build a funnel. You're going to be so valuable to your own business as well as the marketplace. When you learn how to use one of these social media sites, right, and you start generating leads and making money and building your brand, no one can ever take away that skill. You are so incredibly valuable, right? And on top of that, nobody can ever take away, guess what? Your actual product. It can never close up on you or go away, because you get to download it, right? I have both programs directly on my computer. I love, like, that's the vision of my business. I love knowing that I am like a giver of opportunity, that I can help people in getting their start, right? And helping them, and also making money pretty quickly if they want to, without having to feel like you have to go out there and create a product. Just have the integrity to learn from what you actually invested in, and you will be set up to earn. Like, basically earn, right, your earning potential. You want to earn, then learn what's actually in these programs. And then guess what? You will be set up to earn. This stuff took me years and years and years to piecemeal together. And now I get to offer it in 2 amazing courses that teach people these things in a relatively very short period of time, right? Veronica is one of these people that when she discovered me, she knew nothing about any of this stuff, had no knowledge of any of this online business stuff. And within 3 weeks, she was completely set up with 2 income streams. And she's out there doing videos, I think, pretty much every single day for like almost 3 months now. She knew nothing about none of this stuff. And in 3 weeks, she was totally set up, right? All because she followed the training, went through the training. Like, I'm seeing people get set up so fast. This literally is what so many people have been looking for and desiring. And so many people say, right, they wish they would have had this when they were first getting started. So I love being in this position to be able to not only share like what I shared today, like, this is how you make money on the internet, but I don't leave you with this. I'm like, now if you want to dive deep and actually learn how to begin implementing this, right? I have 2 amazing courses that you can decide to invest into to get what it is that you need, right? To help you get what you want, which if it's $1,000 weekly, right? You got to be an active participant in this thing. It's not going to just happen because you want it. You're not going to go on YouTube and free 99 yourself. You want to consume this information in a very organized, systematic way so that you can really learn from it, pause, take notes, and do, right? These courses are actionable. You get to learn and you get to implement at the exact same time. That's why so many people are having success with getting set up and getting themselves out there. It's because it's not just gee whiz knowledge, it's actionable knowledge, right? So you're actually doing as you're learning, right? So if you want to know more about either one, both links are actually, look, they're not down below. I need to put them down there. But if you want to learn more about, let me see, GoPro, and I'll put it down there as soon as I'm done. I forgot to go back. So if you go to GoProWithSteph.com, right, you can learn more about the roadmap if you're brand new to my world and don't know anything about any of this stuff. All right. And if you want to learn more about PPM, go to the live chat, and it's GoProWithSteph.com/get PPM. No opt-in for that one. Not yet. Right. You can see it in the live chat. So GoProWithSteph.com and then GoProWithSteph.com/get PPM. And you can learn more about what that program is all about. If you get started with either one, all right, I have a promo running from now until Cyber Monday. All right, where I'll be giving you 4 additional master resale right digital products. You'll get access to them directly through Canva. And so you'll be able to have 4 additional products that you can market as your own. All right. So I want to make sure I'm clear on this with you guys. If you don't own either one, you can pick which one that you want to use, right? Promo is good for you. You'll get 4 additional products. You can sell these digital products for anywhere between like $27 and $47. Right. So like, let's say you go through PPM and you're like, I love the idea. Like, I love how she walked through, but I don't, maybe you don't want to create a digital product right now, or maybe you don't have a digital product in you right now. You can actually use one of these, right? And put that in place of creating your own and get out there and follow the rest of the process, right? To do what she actually did. So you get 4, right? And they are all on online marketing, digital marketing, and social media marketing. So they're so stinking relevant, right? No matter which program or programs like you decide to promote. So you'll get all 4 of those. They're in Canva. They're already gorgeous and beautiful. And I even give you the license, right? So you have the license to edit them, make them your own. You have the license to give the master resale rights to your buyers as well, right? So if you want to do that, you're giving people an opportunity, right, to have another opportunity to make money in their business as well. And you can edit them, make them your own, but they are literally all ready to go. All right. All you got to do is just like edit your name and that kind of information. And so I had to do some restructuring. So everyone that got started yesterday and anyone that gets started today, like, you'll be getting that Canva file like within minutes of signing up. If you already have one, right? So if you have the roadmap and you decide to add PPM, you can either elect for the promo that I shared with you guys privately via email. You can elect that as your promo, or you can decide to do the 4 additional products. It's up to you. Just let me know. All right. So if you're already in the roadmap, you want to add PPM, right? Again, there's still a promo there for you, either the initial promo that I sent via email to you guys, or you could take advantage of the 4 products. Okay. It's up to you. It's up to you. All right. Let me see. Any questions, you guys, let me know. All right. So GoProWithSteph.com is where you can learn more about the roadmap, and then it's already up here. Let me just share it. And then GoProWithSteph.com/get PPM is where you can learn more about Passive Profit Millionaire. All right. Marissa says, let me see. Oh, yay! I binged it last night and was like, wow, right? Like, I have to say, like, it's like a VIP day. Like, it's so hard to explain, but it's literally like you're sitting down with someone that's like, this is how I did this. Like, I'm just walking you through exactly how I did this. It's just so brilliant. It's so scrappy and it's so brilliant, really. So yay, I'm so glad. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, again, go to GoProWithSteph.com. Go ahead and opt in there. You will clearly be on my email list at that point. If you have any questions, just hit reply on the email and let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer it and help you in getting started. If you do have a question about, like, if you're like, Steph, I can only do one at this time, what's going to be the more suitable for me? Again, contact me, like just email me, let me know where you are in your business, maybe what you want to accomplish. And I'll be more than happy to be very honest. Like if you had to choose one, which one would be the one that makes the most amount of sense to you? And you guys, I share things like this now and I'm so okay with it because I got to a place in my business where I'm like, when I do what I do, I feel like I'm just sitting down having lunch with y'all, right? And if that was the dynamic, if it was just you and I would honestly say, well, where are you right now? What do you know about making money online? Do you have any experience? What is it that you want? You only have the budget for one. Okay, let's talk about what it is that you want. Okay, based upon that, this is what I recommend. And I think that's what's missing so much in the online business space is that people are making decisions that are not in their best interest because we're not having these conversations and having these dialogues. Right. So again, if you do, or if you're like, yes, I definitely want to do one, right, just reach out to me, let me know where you are, and I'll be more than happy to share which way I would suggest that you get started. And clearly, like I said, if you have the budget, do both. I do accept Afterpay and Klarna, right? So that helps you in breaking up your payments over time as well. And also when you decide to invest in either one, right, you also get mentorship, my mentorship community for all of 2024. When 2024 clicks over, my mentorship community for all of those not already in will be an additional cost. All right. So right now, for anyone that gets started, again, either program, all right, you are actually locked in my mentorship community for all of 2024. And that gets you added resources, added lessons, insights, all kind of things that I've done, right? And I'm currently doing, right? You get access to that. And on top of that, that involves office hours every Tuesday. I open up my Zoom room and you can just pop in my Zoom room, ask questions, get guidance, get feedback. And that's every single Tuesday. All right. So I hope you guys are leaving better. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today on a Saturday. I know it's the holiday season. People are putting up trees and doing Black Friday shopping and all of that. And that's not the vibe for me right now. Like I'm right here. This is where I am right now. And I want to help a lot of people that are ready to make a real go at this for themselves. So again, if you're interested in using the internet to make thousands of dollars weekly inside of your business, I broke down the formula. I broke down where you've got to focus and how you've got to focus and why you've got to focus here. And then I've given you solutions on how you can learn all of these things to give yourself the advantage that so many people don't have out there that are just trying to wing this. All right. You're not going to wing thousands of dollars weekly consistently. All right. You've got to acquire the knowledge and develop the skills, and you've got to be an active participant and a doer inside of your business. All right. So if you're newer to my world, make sure you do subscribe, click on notifications. And again, if you want to learn more, if you're watching the replay, I will have everything linked down below. If you're here with me live, you can either go to GoProWithSteph.com and or GoProWithSteph.com/get PPM. All right. If you have any questions on the promos, just send me over an email. I'll be more than happy to let you know about the promos, but essentially you sign up for either one, right? And you're going to get 4 additional Master Resale Right digital products that you can sell as your own. They are gorgeous. They're beautiful. They're completely done for you. All you got to do is leverage what you learned in either program, right? And you can begin selling them. All right. Have a fantastic day, you guys. Congrats to everyone that is getting started. I'm so excited for you guys. I love what it is that I do, and I hope that I could be an inspiration to you on this day. I will see y'all back tomorrow and or Monday. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.